Can you hear them working on their yard?
You hear
Okay,
birds.
cool. It's either the dog or the yard. Yard work. What type of pizza you eating? I'm so hungry right now.
Pepperoni cheese.
But from where though?
Marco.
Oh, I ain't never had them.
And welcome back to episode 38 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with the squad this evening. We got Mike in the building. What's going on?
What's good, man? Hey, I feel like we just did this last night.
Right. That's how it goes. Pops down. What's going on?
All right, what's going on, all shower heads? Love y'all.
And of course, we got our vitamin D queen. We got Britt in the building. What's going on?
What's up?
Now, first and foremost, I would like to point out to all my shower heads that my point man and co-host Malcolm Early Exit King is not with us this evening. I had to point it out for the audio listeners. That's just because he's somewhere crying that his Lakers left in the first round.
They gone.
I should be with
They
him.
dead.
He's
I
probably
should be with him.
he's probably dehydrated from tears somewhere, is what I think.
You know, when you're not used to a loss, it's hard to take.
Right, and I'm glad
That's how I feel about that.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something I wanted to talk about is what was it, game 5, where he left the court 5 minutes early and went back to the locker room.
Yep.
Yeah, because he thought he was going to have another game to come back to.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. He
Not
had
in
another
game
one.
5. Well, I'm about to say game 5. That was the true blowout.
Didn't they win 2?
They
Yeah.
was running in the beginning when they had AD.
Right.
They were 2-2.
Right, so I think game 6 is when it was game 5 he left early, and then game 6
Game 6 is
he
where they
just
were
walked
knocked down.
off and didn't
With 5
shake
minutes
nobody's hand.
Listen.
Mhm.
I'm happy you brought that up because I would have done the same thing.
I'm not mad at him for it.
I would have done the same thing. I'm mad. We just got knocked off the playoffs. It's nothing personal to the players, but I don't feel like shaking your hand right now. Like, I just don't. And it's not anything that has to do with you. I just lost. Like, let me process this loss. Like, people be killing me with, oh, that's bad sportsmanship. No, it's not. He still showed love after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't hating. But at this particular moment, no, I don't want to shake your hand. And you got to also take into consideration, like, hey, they were out there talking shit. Crowder was talking shit. And I just lost. Like, I gotta already, I already have to face the loss, and then you're talking shit on top of that. No, I'm not shaking your hand. No, it's not happening.
Say, Mike?
No, I mean it's funny you bring that up because I've been saying that with so last football season with COVID and everything, they did away with the post game handshake.
Right.
Good.
And I think that was the best thing we could have done because
Should have just kept it that way.
Right. I think that's the new norm. I feel like, I'm torn as a coach, right? Because I do want to teach my guys, like, it's okay to lose. Like, you need to understand how to handle yourself in loss and in defeat. But at the same time, as a player, I get it.
Right.
Like, I didn't want to shake nobody's hand after a game.
Mike, what are you coaching? What are you coaching, Mike?
I coach high school football.
Oh,
And I coach high school track, too.
You are coaching, I don't want to call them men, but they're close to men.
Yeah,
Right.
young man.
And listen, if they're a serious player, in my opinion, if you're a serious player and you get put out of a serious game, playoffs,
Yeah.
Listen,
No, I
you
get
do
it.
not have to shake the other team's hand, because at the end of the day, what is that really saying about you?
What you mean? Like, it's a
What is it saying? Like everybody's like pushing for, the media pushes for, oh, you didn't, that's unsportsmanlike. What is that saying about LeBron James? Do you see is he the biggest trash talker out there? Is he the dirtiest player out there? Like, what is that really saying about someone?
No, I completely understand what you're saying. My whole thing about it, and the reason why I would throw jabs at him for it, is because it's one of those keep that same energy things. You go out there before the game and you dap everybody up and hug everybody before the game, regardless of what team it's on. So if they win, go out the same way, right?
No, absolutely not. Because when you dap you up before the game, it's even. Nobody's won, nobody's lost. So there's no feelings
them is fake good lucks. Good luck, bro. Good luck.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, take it for what it is before the game. Now, if somebody can't dap you up before the game, then that's saying a lot. Right. But after the game, if I just took a loss and I got put out the playoffs and I have to wait a whole 365 days to get to this point again, like, that's not even personal to the players. That's just,
I mean, I understand why you say it's not personal, but it's just like, come on, LeBron, like that.
Man, y'all crazy.
I mean, y'all crazy. And I mean, again, like, there's two different lenses here, and I don't disagree with Britt. Like, I will never judge somebody who is hurting after a game, and just like, if I shake someone's hand, I am just as likely to take someone's head off as I am to dap them up. Like, let me cool off, let me collect myself, and as long as you're handling yourself well after the game. The only thing I don't want to see is the trash talking and a loss after the game. And as long as you're not doing that, I don't care. Like, do what you need to do to process and move on.
But the Suns were trash talking. Yeah, they almost got ejected from that game. So, with that being said, is it okay for LeBron to walk off without shaking their hand?
Yeah. You don't think so, Pop? Speak on it, Pop. Speak on it for the audio. You keep shaking your head.
I've been a Laker fan for over 30 years, and I don't care who's on the team. But personally, LeBron is my hit the showers. I like for them to go ahead and let him go, pick up Dame because he is a free agent. And personally, LeBron put himself in the situation for playing that time bullshit management. Because if you'd have played like you're supposed to play, you'd have been first playing eighth. But instead, you want to play time management, complain about the playoff bullshit, then you walk off 5 minutes when your players are still playing. You was a part of that, getting your ass kicked. So you should have stood there and showed these young kids that you got, if you dish it out. When he won a championship, he was celebrating, he was partying, he was talking shit. But now all of a sudden, when you get your ass kicked, you want to run through the locker room with your tail between your legs. Dude, stop playing time management. People work hard, like Kobe Bryant's wife said. You paid all that. They paid that money to come see you play, but your toenail hurts, so you want to sit down like a little bitch, and then you lose. You want to run off the court, and then you get your ass handed to you, and you want to run off and not shake nobody's hand. You know what? To me, I'm a warrior. So if you kick my ass, I'm gonna come on, shake your hand, and tell you, good. Hey, you better win it all, because if you don't, next year I'm gonna kick your ass because you embarrassed me. So I'm gonna let you know that this it might be your first and last ring, because next year I'm winning it all. Enjoy it while it lasts. I'm not gonna run off and be like, I'm a little bitch, I'm gonna run, and then I'm about to save face. You try to save face and give somebody your jersey so nobody can talk about you on Instagram.
So I think
I think he wanted that jersey. He wanted that Devin Booker jersey. He saw the way that nigga torched him. He said, "Oh, this nigga the future. Let me get his jersey."
Nah, Devin Booker is the one that's a big LeBron fan.
Well, you know that. He was at his, didn't he go to his camp or something back in the day?
Yeah, but he always been a big LeBron fan, for real.
No, that was Jason Tatum. I think Devin Booker
Pops,
did too.
Pops, you're saying that, but I think you're taking out a key thing. Crowder was talking so much shit to LeBron. And
what about last year?
You talking, huh?
What about last year when your boys told LeBron it's over, and LeBron came back and smoked them, and he talked trash about it after the fact. This time, he couldn't say it because he got his ass handed to him. He couldn't come out there and talk shit. Last year he did it. They said it's over. Y'all in trouble, and he came back.
He said you in trouble. He said you in trouble.
They was not in trouble, and he won. This year, Chris Paul and them said, "You can talk what you want to talk. I'm gonna send your ass home."
Chris Paul ain't saying nothing to Chris Paul.
They showed it in the game.
That's his
boy. They showed it in their game. Yeah.
No, I honestly think Crowder was talking hella shit, and he won too. So after that, I'm gonna be honest. Listen, if you talk shit to me all game and you win.
I got a question for you. LeBron says he can win with anybody. LeBron always says he can win with anybody. But with the team he has right now, he was getting his ass handed to him, and he run off the court.
Well, I think that LeBron could. I ain't gonna say he can win with anybody in this day and age.
Nah.
I think you gotta have 3. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, because
you gotta have
but he always say he can win with anybody. And honestly, truthfully, the Lakers organization is stupid because for one, the team he had last year was blowing people out, and you got rid of all of them and it started all over again.
Right.
That was dumb.
Right.
Now guess what? They can ready to blow the Lakers up one more time.
They got to make some changes. They got to.
Yeah, they are for sure. They gonna tear them down.
And remember I told y'all this. I told you, Mark Gasol had this, he was my hit the showers. He didn't do shit.
he hit like a couple threes, but yeah, he didn't do.
I'd have kept JaVale McGee. I'd have kept Juwan Howard. And you know what? Schroeder is a poor man's he's a poor man's what's the little fucker dude for the Celtics? Rondo. He's a poor man's Rondo. He's a poor man's Rondo. So you took a step down. You took a D version of Rondo, and you took a Gasol who's less than Dwight Howard.
Well, no, what they was gambling is that they needed a Rondo.
Took Dwight Howard over Gasol.
They needed a Rondo that could shoot, so they were gambling that was Schroeder.
I would, because why they got their ass handed to them? They had no defense in the paint. Dwight Howard is not going to let you score on him in the paint. Bang, I'm on. You gotta go. I'm talking right now on the thing.
I think that I'm a big Marc Gasol fan, and I think that he played some of the best defense that anybody played on the Lakers team. I actually thought Schroeder was hustling that last game. I thought he put up he was really hustling. Marc Gasol was really hustling. As offensively, that was the problem. There was no one else there that could generate. You need somebody on the team that can give you 40, 45 points. I mean, we've seen that. Who dropped 45? Oh, Kawhi dropped 45 last night. You have to have somebody on the team that can drop 45 points. LeBron can drop 45 points, but LeBron he played. So with that being said, he is not the person to drop 45 points, and you don't have AD. Who else can give you 45 points? That's why they lost.
Giving you 45.
AD gonna give you good 30. He's averaging 30. He's averaging 30. AD, listen, I don't care what anybody say. AD is averaging 30 points a game. So you put that with LeBron bringing in 39 or something like that. That's gonna be a hard team to beat. But like I said, LeBron really only had about 18 points, and then he got some points at the end. He for him to want to carry the team and the offense to run through him, he has to produce, and he did not produce.
Exactly. But my question is this. This is my question. Do y'all think that AD took a backseat role? Because he does not play like he used to play.
Of course,
no,
he took a backseat role. I think so.
Is he accepting his Robin? Is he accepting his Batman Robin position? Is he accepting the second man role? Because I don't see none of that fire he had before in New Orleans.
Man, listen, I think AD is, and I don't even like saying this where it's on camera, but AD is the Batman. At this point, LeBron is getting older. He's not doing what he's doing before. AD is the Batman, but the AD's personality, he has so much, He has so much. He has so much respect and love for LeBron. He has so much love and respect for LeBron that he's willing to technically, on paper, be the Batman, but always refer to himself as the Robin. Like, that's how much love and respect he has for LeBron. So as long as LeBron is on the team, he will always say LeBron is the leader of the team, even though technically, stats-wise, he is the leader of the team.
I think.
But see that.
No, I think I think LeBron expected him to eventually take over the team, but I don't think that he's not there, and he's too fragile to be expected to actually take what LeBron needs right now is somebody that can take the bulk of the minutes, the bulk of the season. Let LeBron come in when he can, go out, not be exhausted, be strong come season time. AD's not that guy. AD, if you get a good season out of him, plays 60% of it.
Okay, here we go. LeBron is showing you, if you watch the Lakers games, LeBron shows you that he has to have the ball. He has to be in control.
Yeah,
he's point guard right now. Every time a point guard brings the ball down, the first thing they do is give it to LeBron. Why? That's why Chris Paul didn't want to play with the Lakers. That's why Carmelo Anthony ain't playing for the Lakers. And that's why Russell Westbrook, who was out there, is not playing with the Lakers. Nobody's going to come to the Lakers and play backseat if you are a star. I'm not going to play backseat basketball with you. And he knew it. That's why he gets rid of all the dominant ball players. If you got a set of nuts, he's getting rid of you.
I don't think so.
And
I think
Brittany
they couldn't afford.
But Brittany, you said it
couldn't
yourself.
afford the Chris Pauls. I think they couldn't afford the Russells. I think Russell would love to go back to LA. They couldn't afford.
I'm telling you, they could get him. All they had to do is get rid of that damn Mark Gasol, who sucks ass tremendously.
How they gonna get rid of Mark and get him if Mark sucks? They ain't gonna get enough to get him.
I give Mark Gasol love. Gasol had to go. He's horrible. I'd have kept JaVale McGee.
You hating on my boy?
Yeah,
He's horrible.
I like Mark Gasol.
I ain't gonna go over JaVale McGee. I take JaVale McGee over him any day.
No,
Gasol, I seen was horrible.
In the Lakers situation,
he played most of the games. He's still on the bench. Where was Harrell and all them dudes? I didn't see them dudes. I don't understand.
They didn't play Drummond. Does that make Drummond a bad player? They didn't play him. Because you need somebody. The way that they run the switch on the Lakers, you need somebody that's a little bit more agile. And to be honest with you,
JaVale McGee.
That's why I said in that particular case I would take JaVale McGee. But 9 out of 10 times I'll take Mark Gasol over JaVale McGee any day.
I take JaVale McGee. You take JaVale McGee, Mark Gasol, and you get rid of them other little bums you picked up, and you could have picked up Chris Paul, or you could have picked up Russell Westbrook because you had the money. You could have gave it to him.
Well, Russell Westbrook,
they didn't have the money. They didn't have the money from Russell.
Like Malk says all the time, Russell Westbrook's not a winner. Russell Westbrook couldn't do it with KD. Russell Westbrook couldn't do it with James Harden. Russell Westbrook can't do it with Bradley Beal.
Is a winner. Y'all crazy. He's a winner. The people around him are not winners.
He's a stat man. He's a stat man.
KD shows you. Look at where KD went ever since he left Oklahoma City. He goes and he teams up with the best talent there is.
Now that's the truth.
If anybody is not a winner, it's the people around him. He's a winner. He just hasn't had the right opportunity yet.
How many do you need? He's played with some of the best players in the league.
Listen, you need 3 great players to win in this era. Anything less than that, is not going to work. And since Durant and James Harden left, he has not been teamed up with 3 great players.
No, he hasn't. But I tell you right now, Dame is free agent right now.
That was my next question. Is
the Lakers right now? If you're gonna shake up the team, you give him everything you got right now and rebuild your team. You take Dame, you keep AD, and you keep Kuzma. I trade him with somebody else.
Dame ain't doing that.
Oh, Kuzma got to go.
Dame ain't doing that. That's a fact. Dame ain't doing that.
You don't think he'll go to LA?
No, and the only reason why I say that is because Dame is frustrated that he has a team right now that keeps making it to where they made it to but can't get over that hump because he's the guy that has to do that. After he watched what he watched here in LA now and knows that they're going to tear that team around and rebuild it, that makes it a big risk for him to leave Portland and go to LA to a team that he doesn't know that they're going to put the pieces around him to get as far as he did with Portland. Unless LeBron stays and he takes the bulk of the minutes.
Listen, he knows for a fact that even with the rebuilding doesn't include certain people. He knows that doesn't include AD, and he knows that doesn't include LeBron. So that would be a big 3. I think that he would be willing to go to the Lakers because he wants to win. Now, you can't compare his situation in Portland to him being in LA for the simple fact that, hey, he would be going to Anthony Davis and a LeBron James. That's in comparison.
He's also
in comparison to him to being with McCollum, the big three in Portland ain't gonna be
McCollum
the big three in LA.
Valanciunas.
You know, that's a way bigger.
That's
big
another
three. They don't
thing,
even
though.
consider them a big three.
Dame also said that he was one of the strongest advocates that he don't like people teaming up with other players to make super teams. So does he budge now? Does he pull a KD?
I mean,
Kevin Durant.
It's happening.
But you put enough money on the table, everybody buzz.
Right. And if you think that they actually have a chance to do something, then yes.
Right.
I mean, that's what Kevin
big game until they're in the equation.
That's what Kevin Garnett, Kevin Garnett. I said Kevin Garnett did with Minnesota. It took him 10 years to leave there, and he teamed up with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and them.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean,
I think it's even worse than.
What was you saying? Oh, my fault. But yeah, no.
No, I was saying that I think it's even worse than that. I mean, that time frame is like, okay, you could still kind of get by with having two powerhouses on your team. You cannot. I'm telling you, you cannot get by in this day and age in NBA basketball and not have 3 star players. You're not going to win a championship.
I agree.
It's just not going to happen.
I agree.
I mean, especially in this.
Agree. Oh wait, wrong show.
But yeah, no, we talked about this on the last episode. I think the best place for him would be New York.
Who?
No.
Dang.
That's more of the same.
Nah,
that's more of the same.
New York is.
They're not gonna get it done.
New York is one.
They're not gonna get
New York
done.
is 1 star away.
I think they'd be better,
2.
but I don't think they'd be.
You said
maybe
2?
be better.
I don't think so. You got players in
they're
development.
2 stars away.
You got players
They're
in
2
development
stars
that
away.
are gonna show out next year after the offseason. You put somebody like a Dame in that situation, you don't gotta give up too much because you're not paying nobody too much. And you good to go. You got a squad. Something like that or something. I don't even know. They was talking about Aaron.
What does New York have that
what?
No, what did Aaron and them say?
Aaron and them was talking about I can't remember if it was Aaron or Malcolm that said Miami would be a good destination for him as well. I could see that. I could
That's where LeBron's going.
Nope.
He's going back.
Man, LeBron ain't going
They're offering him. They're trying to talk him into it.
LeBron ain't going back there. Jimmy
It would
Butler
make
don't want to
sense
play
to-
with LeBron.
Right. But Jimmy Butler may be the perfect person to play with LeBron.
Nope.
I mean,
Nope. Jimmy
Riley's
Butler.
already said he'll put a key under the mat for him.
Listen, Jimmy Butler is going to get you. He averages 27, 28 right now. He plays all season. And LeBron can come in and take over when he needs to.
Listen, I agree. I think Jimmy Butler is great. And if he were to be on the same team as LeBron, it would be a hard team to stop. But personally, I do not think Jimmy Butler wants to play with LeBron. He's had multiple opportunities to consider LeBron's team to go to, and he's never considered LeBron's team.
Yeah, he's different too. He gets into it with everybody. He got into it Carl Anthony Towns.
LeBron got to be willing to take a step back.
I think Jimmy's willing to step back. Jimmy just does what he does.
But so I hear you, but is LeBron ready to acknowledge where he's at in his career?
Right.
No.
And be okay to be a second
what it
fiddle?
is. That's what
He's
it
not.
is.
Okay.
He's not.
mean, that's the question, though.
That is the question.
At some point, he's either going to have to take that leap or he's going to have to retire.
Right.
Or accept your role as the
Oh.
gatekeeper guy
Right.
now, like where I just help the team out when I can. And
Right.
I think LeBron has.
That's what he should do.
He has 2 goals.
But I don't think he is, because in that press conference,
he's skipping a bit.
one of the things that he said, and I didn't hear the question that was asked to him, but one of the things that he said was like, "I feel good. I still feel good." And basically, almost to say like, "I'm not retiring yet. I still feel like I can play. I'm still 100%." So I feel like if he made that statement, he's basically letting the world know like he doesn't feel like
Just don't
age
touch
is
my high
kicking
ankle.
in yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just
Yeah,
don't
like,
touch my high
but to
ankle
me-
sprain.
And I love LeBron, though. I do. I really do love LeBron. And I expect a lot out of him. But he played what I call uncle ball against the Phoenix Suns. You ever seen your uncle that really can't play basketball, and he like fouling everybody? And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like unnecessary fouls. Like, LeBron would get the ball and start dribbling. And if he don't want him to steal it, he kind of like pushes him off like, you can't do that, dude. That's really an offensive foul on the low. But LeBron will like, get up off me. You ain't stealing this ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he played uncle ball.
Well, when you redefine the game, you get away with shit.
That is the truth. I mean, he bringing them tickets in.
People said all that shit about MJ too. People said all that shit about Kobe too. Like,
I've never seen Kobe play uncle ball.
What'd you say, Pop?
They're different ball players, man. I think LeBron is ruining his reputation personally. And honestly, I don't think he's playing for two reasons. One, he wants to get to the 6th ring so he can stay. He's on on Michael Jordan's level.
And he wants to play with his son.
And yeah, I was gonna say he's waiting for his son. He wants to play with his son so he can say he was the only one that ever played with his son to come in the league and play with his son.
Nobody's beating that. That's one record nobody beaten.
No, nobody will.
I don't think, truthfully though, I think he's killing his legacy though, because he can't shut his mouth. He's in everything, and then like this little thing he said the other day just really ticked me off. They asked him, "What about the I can't play for the Olympics. I'm playing for what did we say? The Goon Stars,
yeah.
The Toon Squad."
He said, no time for Olympics in Space Jam 2.
You're making yourself look like an idiot to me. I mean, really, you're like his game is not as good as it once was, and he's like you just bullshitting your way through it just so your son get there.
It's not a bad game though. His game, the way he's playing right now, is
he's not playing.
I agree. He should if he wants to stick around, like he needs to be
play.
It's that, and he needs to become more of a role player. He needs to become a player coach, a role player, someone that realizes he's not at the top of his game anymore, but can still be a contributor and can still be a threat.
Right.
And if you need him to take over for like 1 game or 2 games in a 5-game series, he probably can still deliver that. It's the whole Toby Keith thing, right? Not as good as I once was, but as good once as I ever was.
Right.
You know what? I realized that. For one, I drank too much Saturday. But I'll tell you right now, when I went out there to play with Brittany on the flag football league, I've been playing flag all my life, and I thought I was a superstar. But I'll tell you right now, until I lose some weight and get in shape, when they threw that ball to me, I swear I was going to catch the ball, but I knew I wasn't going to run nowhere. You know what? I made me realize it's time for me to get in shape, because when I ran that little route, I got wide open. But when he threw that ball, I said, "Oh."
Now see, that shows me.
I said, "Oh shit."
Pops, that shows me that you're LeBron in this situation.
Hey, but I said it.
I'm going to be like, I'm a role player. I'm going to play my 2 plays that I need to play, and I'll be all right.
And I came out. You know what? When the dude asked me, he said, "Man, you going to come in? You going to rotate in?" I said, "Fuck no." I knew then, for 1, I'm drunk. 2, I'm fat. 3, I just ain't got it. So you know what? I made me want to get in shape and maybe exercise hard. And you know what? Now when I go back out there, I know that I am not the star I once was, but I know I can cover somebody because now I'm in better shape. But I know I can't drink. If I drink, I'm not playing. I'm not even gonna think about it because my legs don't work with my mind. I learned it. See, my thing is, I can still play, but I'm not as good as I once was. But one thing right here, I'm telling you, LeBron can still play. He needs to cut the time management bullshit out. If you're going to play basketball, play for your millions of dollars, dude. Play for it. But let somebody else be the star. It's time, like now, like I said, I can play flag, but I'm not the star anymore. If you have to throw the ball, I can be a quarterback. Or if you ask me to run a lot,
or do what
I can throw the ball. I can throw the ball like a beast. I can still play quarterback, but if you want me to run up and down the field, I give you 2 plays. I'm out.
Or do what Brady did, which is take the massive pay cuts to put a team around you,
around me,
so that you can still.
I can still play linebacker. I can play linebacker. I can rush. I can rush, but I'll tell you right now, it's 2 plays. I got to sit out 6.
Well, you ain't LeBron, and neither one of y'all are in the playoffs. So let's move on.
Exactly. I did. So my point is, I like LeBron's game, but I like his old game. This new game he's playing, I don't like it.
Well, I mean, what you can't be. You can't. Let's just.
Every
you
older
can't be
player
right.
has
You can't be
to
mad because he has
change.
to adjust, and he still shows points of explosion. Like he still shows
Right.
he still has it at points. He just can't afford to do that all game long like he used to. You can't expect for Zeus to keep throwing lightning bolts all day. Eventually, he needs a break. And the fact that his game is declining to where he's still above an average NBA player and people still want more from him isn't fair on him.
I got that. But don't come in the game saying, give me the ball. I got to take over the ball. It's time for you to start going down low a little bit.
I agree there, though.
Let the point guard play point guard. Let the point guard play point guard.
He has to let the point guard play point guard. And I can talk about LeBron all day as far as like stuff that he needs to do. And I'm still a LeBron lover. Cliff, I know you wanted to move on, but I really, I'm gonna let you move on because we can always come. We can talk about LeBron all day. That's an all day thing.
I know
talking
you
about
will.
LeBron. So.
But what I will say is, before we move on completely from the whole basketball topic, what I found interesting is, other than the Dallas Mavericks, who are in Game 7 with LA. When is that? Is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yep.
They're the only ones left in the West that have ever won a championship. So possibly, if we got somebody coming out of the West that can
do it all,
right, then we got a brand new champion on our hands this year. That ain't been that's not been since Toronto. Wasn't Toronto the last one to win a champion that ain't never done it with Kawhi?
You said the last one. Yeah, that would be the last one.
Toronto ain't have one before Kawhi.
Yes.
And to have two champs within the past 3 years, that's impressive. 2 new champs, I would say. So that means that somebody's doing something in someone's front office. It may not be LA's, but motherfuckers are making moves, I will say. But moving on, we can move on from basketball, unless any of y'all got anything y'all want to say about any playoffs.
I mean, I thought I was joining the football episodes.
Yeah. Well, this is all around sports, Joe.
I know.
But
trust me, I know the Foolproof Entertainment Network schedule.
Right.
I do own the channel. I'm just saying.
Listen. So what you got? I got some football. What you got? What you want to talk about? You said you joined in the football episode. You must got.
I mean, really, there really hasn't been a lot of movement this week. So I was doing research and all of that, and didn't see a ton. So news wise. What were you gonna say?
I was about to say, what about Cam? What you think about?
I think I've already made my opinion on Cam known.
I mean, but
I know he hurt his hand or whatever. Like, he'll be fine. And honestly, it's probably not a bad thing for Mac Jones to get some first team reps because Cam ain't gonna make it through a season anyways.
Right, I agree there.
So,
whoa, are you saying he's gonna stink it up or he's gonna be injured?
No, he's gonna be injured.
Hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And honestly, I mean, I know we've already had this conversation, and I think Britt and I got into it a little bit last time that I was on between Cam and
I'm trying to remember.
Like, all I'm saying is there's been no Patriots quarterback that has lost twice to the Bills in the same season, other than like Cam in the last 20 years. So.
But that's different though, because before 20, y'all was riding the end of Doug Flutie's rise.
That's right.
So what I'm right.
I got 2 boxes in my office.
I know you do. But what I'm saying is, Cam. I mean, this is first of all, this is a different Bills, and that's definitely a different Pats.
Oh yeah. Well, and I also think that one, we had the conversation about like Cam had COVID at some point during last season. And the Bills happened to be the next game after that.
And he just didn't come back. He didn't come back the same after that. He didn't look bad his first 3-4 games of that season.
I also don't think that he's just a good fit for that New England style nickel and dime offense. He is a run and gun. Like, give me the option to scramble, make things happen with my legs and go deep. He is not a nickel and dime up and down the field.
He'd be a good backup for Baltimore.
I can see that. Although Baltimore is saying that Lamar is going to be under center.
I saw that. I saw that.
What'd they say?
That they're gonna run him a lot. They're gonna run him a lot under center this year.
Oh well, shoot. You know, they be running them anyway. So
I mean, what else?
We'll see what happens.
What else can you do with him? And
I mean, running him under center tells you they're not running like if they're talking about truly running him under center a higher percentage. That means that they are not putting him in a position to run like the RPO style,
right?
Read option offense.
He gonna have to work off the play action.
And I don't think he's good enough to.
That's what I'm saying.
To
Quick
be a
reads
pocket
off
passer
that.
from under center.
Man, that's gonna be tough.
Are they hitting him with the Cam Newton?
You said
What's
what?
that?
I said, are they hitting him with the Cam Newton, where they're basically making him change his game from what he's been successful?
And I think that's the thing with Lamar and Cam both. I think they're both in the wrong system.
That's
like I know I talked a lot of shit on Lamar last time Britt and I were on together, but
I do too.
I know you do too, but I think he's just not in the right system. You gotta remember, like the Ravens system, this is the Joe Flacco system.
Right, right.
Somebody that can drop back, be a pocket passer, and like maybe duck some things and step up in the pocket, but they're not looking for somebody that can tuck and run.
Right. Somebody that's going to read for the run over read for the second and third option.
Right.
I think it's a great system for him. I think that there are a few, like one or two players away from a Super Bowl. In my honest opinion, think about it. Over the past 2 years, you can't name. They haven't had.
There's only 2 teams in the AFC. I'm sorry. And it's Buffalo and Kansas City.
Man, you crazy.
I agree with Britt.
But listen, they haven't had a top 10 receiver.
You're right. That's correct.
Their best receiver is their tight end, and I can't think of his name right now. I got a blank. But their best receiver is their tight end. That's is it Andrews? That's their that's the guy.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So could that be a spot for someone like Julio Jones to come in?
Yeah.
Man, listen, I don't want Julio Jones. I don't want him there. I'm a Browns fan. That is a terrifying.
So that scares you, is what you're saying?
Yes, that scares me because that is a key piece that they would need to be Super Bowl winners, in my opinion.
Okay. That's what I was saying. If they take Julio Jones, I had to redo my Super Bowl picks. It would be Baltimore.
Yeah,
Baltimore and Arizona.
Yep.
Instead of who'd you say before? Cleveland and Arizona.
Brown.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
I'm gonna stick with that. I mean, this is the year of the underdog. I'm telling you, this is the
That's
year.
That's right. So the Bills are going all the way.
Absolutely.
Bills ain't get enough new pieces to do it.
And ending up with our 5th Super Bowl.
I think the Bills got a team. I just think they need more defensive line help.
They ain't got no tight end yet.
And they still don't have a tight end. I agree. What was the one thing I said I wanted in the draft, Cliff? I said I wanted.
What did y'all have? Knox? What's his name? Dawson Knox or something like that?
I know anymore. I mean, we had Clay for a while. Knox is the other one, yes. There's one other guy who I'm blanking on his name, but we don't have a tight end threat. And that was the one thing I was hoping we were going to do in the draft, was draft a tight end, and we didn't.
That would be a nice fit for Josh Allen, too, especially the way he moves in the pocket. To have a tight end right around the flat.
They can read, yeah.
Right.
I mean, the thing is that's what they try to do with their running backs, because their running backs, they're not like Zach Moss is the best running back we have, and he's like the third string back. He's the third option there.
Right.
They like running TJ Yeldon. Yeldon was hurt most of last season, and they like Singletary, and Singletary is only good as a receiver. He is not good as a back.
Didn't care for Singletary.
What's that?
Didn't care for him. I do think you guys need to. I said I didn't care for Singletary. I think you guys do need a strong running back. Like you guys need.
I agree.
Yeah, you guys almost need one of our running backs. You need a Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb. You know what I'm saying?
I don't disagree, and that was the other thing that I said. I do think if you watch Zach Moss run the ball, though, Zach Moss should be the feature back. I think he fumbled early in the season, and they gave up on him, and that was the wrong move. And Yeldon being hurt all season too didn't help, but like Moss should be the feature back. Yeldon should be the backup, and they need to cut Singletary and find somebody else.
I'll tell you two good backs would be help your team out a lot. And it would be Le'Veon Bell, who's available, and Jalen Richard from the Raiders.
I disagree on Le'Veon Bell because Le'Veon Bell had the option of going there before he went to Kansas City, right? That was one of his picks. It was between Kansas City. But what can Le'Veon Bell do? Like, let's be honest. When he took that time off,
has he even played? Running back, you really he ain't played in like 3 years. Yeah, he got like he 3 rings in 3 years. No, he only played 2 plays.
You know, another back
played last year, but he wasn't amazing like he was before.
Adrian Peterson would be a good back for you too.
What?
Yep.
That motherfucker.
Who is son?
Adrian Peterson. Hey, you could laugh if y'all want to talk about Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson, he would get you 3 or 4 yards a carry.
I hear you, and I mean the biggest mistake.
And Buffalo's offense is not that bad.
It's not, but we do need a running back. You said Frank Gore. We had Gore.
Y'all might well go get him back. He talking about Adrian Peterson. Y'all might go get him.
Hey, Adrian Peterson was running the ball for Washington. He did great for Washington.
I mean, the flip side is that we had, I mean, this goes back to the Seahawks 4 or 5 years ago. We had fucking Marshawn and we got rid of him. So.
Because Marshawn, when he came back, Marshawn wasn't Marshawn.
No,
and that's how I feel about Le'Veon Bell.
A running back,
Le'Veon Bell.
If you got a good system and you make the running back feel good, he will run hard for you.
I agree.
If you put a running back with a system that you don't really care, he sees no love, no offensive line, he's not going to bust his butt. Ezekiel Elliott. He's a great back. He played for the Dallas Cowboys. You could say Zeke's no good. Zeke is very good, but you're not giving Zeke what he wants. He's not interested.
You know who has more? You know who has more rushing touchdowns over the last 3 seasons than Ezekiel Elliott, who's already on the Bills?
Who?
Josh Allen.
Oh wow!
That's my point. Zeke is a great back, but his desire is gone. Give it back the desire, he will run.
It also depends on what they have left in the tank as well.
Yeah,
that's the fact. I'm not saying Adrian has nothing. I'm just saying it depends on what they have in the tank. And like Mike said, they're close to a Super Bowl. Why would you want to pick up? Hold up, real quick, Britt. Why would you really want to pick somebody that you may get one good season out of and then have to worry about finding somebody?
No, but what I'm trying to say is, they got a good team. If you need just 1 year to get what you need, you got to get what you got to get this year to get for next year. If he can come and provide for you 3-4 yards, get you a first down when you need it, that's all he needs. That's all I need.
I hear you.
Tell Pops what you upset at him about, man. He tripping.
Well, 2 things, Pops. 1, you just mentioned bringing in Adrian Peterson's old ass. And you just let LeBron have it. You just let LeBron have it.
Hold up. When Adrian Peterson played for the Washington Redskins, and I told you the same thing about LeBron. If you're going to play, accept your role. Adrian Peterson running the ball for Washington Redskins. If you look at the highlights right now, you look at Washington Redskins when he played, he ran hard. He did not take the play off. He ran hard. He's not trying to make money. He wants to run the ball. He wants to play.
Yeah.
And if I'm Buffalo, and I need a 3rd and 1. If I need a 3rd and 1, I guarantee you Adrian Peterson can give me that 3rd and 1. I'm not, you know what? You're not going to get a great back right now. But what you're going to get is you need somebody to help you get past the hump. So if I'm going to go for somebody who can get me over that first down, I want a back that's guaranteed me I can at least get 1 or 2 yards.
And that's actually a good point because that has been where they have struggled is in those short yardage type situations because they haven't had a good back.
He don't need wiggle.
If Allen isn't getting the first down, then there's no one else.
I can leave Adrian Peterson.
And that is a good point too because that's all they
can leave Adrian Peterson on the bench. I can leave him on the bench. And then you know what? It's 3rd and 2. He ain't played all game. He got strong legs. He's fresh. Come and give me 2 yards, Adrian. That's all I need you to do for me. And if he can get me for this year, my first pick next year could be a first round draft pick. A first round draft pick of a good running back. I got that. My point is, just give me somebody who can get me past. You don't have a tight end. So give me somebody that can run somebody over. Adrian Peterson has shown you he can do that a lot. I'm not asking him to be the back of the whole game.
Yeah,
I'm just asking you.
The Bills are gonna throw the ball 80% of the time.
Right.
That's their identity right now. But they do
Exactly. So I need somebody who can give me that 1 or 2 yards that I may need in a clip.
Then that fits.
That's all I'm trying to say. Football wise, I'm thinking logically, as I just want somebody who can give me a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and then you know what? At the price I'm paying for him, it ain't really hurting nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that same argument for Le'Veon though.
Right.
I don't like Le'Veon, but I could see the same argument for Le'Veon. Like, he is definitely thunder versus lightning at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are saying the right fit, but do you guys don't think that Kansas City was the right fit for Le'Veon? I mean, what better fit? They're so afraid of the run. They're so afraid of the pass that it really opens up the run. So if that wasn't a good fit for him, you feel like the Bills would be a better fit for Le'Veon?
I think
No. Hold up. Kansas City has a running back. Kansas City got that little running back.
He got injured, and Le'Veon took the starting role.
Yeah, that little running back they got. What's his name? The new guy, rookie last year. He was running real good.
Not LaFleur.
I don't know what his name is, but that little dude was good.
No, I'm not saying that he wasn't. I'm just saying that there was a time where he went down, and Le'Veon was the number 1 running back, and he didn't do anything. So he's not the same running back that he was when he was with Pittsburgh. That time off really affected him.
No, it did.
But hey, is he a diva? That's the question. Is he a diva?
I don't know. I don't think he came back a diva. I think he came back ready to play, but I just think it wasn't there anymore.
I don't think he's there anymore. And it's funny because I've coached his cousin, and same kind of situation. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember Nikhil Bell that I coached a while back? That's his little cousin.
The thing is, you know what? There's some backs
Nikhil
that
didn't have Le'Veon's size, I'll tell you that.
you got zone running backs. You got good running backs that run good in zones, and you got good smash backs that good smash up the field line.
The problem is right now is that in order to have that power back, you have to have that power offensive line, and the Bills aren't there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's right.
Now they did draft basically 2 D linemen and 2 O linemen.
Yeah, I saw y'all picked up some.
We'll see what happens. I think that's what we needed, but I would have loved for us to get a tight end, and it's all good. But
well, you said your boy Moss. This is his 2nd year coming up.
True.
Or 3rd, 2nd.
This will be his 2nd. I think he was a rookie.
Right. So you never know if you put the right line in front of him. What he may be the breakout that.
We need somebody that can kick out. Like as a former defensive coordinator and defensive line coach, if you've got guards that can pull and move and get in people's way, that opens up a lot of shit.
Right.
If you can run power schemes, down, kick out type schemes, that makes a big difference. And right now, I don't think we've got we haven't had the O-line. We are very much a get in the way and shield O-line. We are not a pound O-line.
Have you seen any film on the rookie O-lineman that you?
I have not.
I've been trying.
You know what y'all need?
Uh-huh.
You know what you need, Mike?
Oh, let me see.
Y'all don't need nothing. Let the Browns win. Let this be our year. Y'all just sit where y'all are. Just chill.
Like I said, Brent, I hope we see your Browns in the AFC title game instead of the Chiefs.
Are we on each other's schedule this year?
Great question.
I don't think so. I think
so.
I might still have it saved, but I don't think that's the case.
I definitely thought about y'all the other day.
Let's go up and watch it in Cleveland or Buffalo. Either one.
Yeah, no, I'd be with that.
Cleveland for sure.
Nice though. I think it's a wide open year. Like I said, it's the year of the underdogs. I see Chicago making a little noise. If your boy can play like he played at Ohio State, just a little, they might make a little noise. I don't think they're gonna make no big noise. I like to see the Jets make a difference.
So you think he's beating Dalton out then, Pop?
I don't want to see the.
No, I don't think so. And I don't think he should. I don't. But I think Chicago's defense will be better this year. I think that The schedule is good for them this year. I think that they'll make a little noise. I'm not saying they're going to make the noise with Fields. I'm just saying they're going to make a noise.
Okay.
I think the Jets will make a little noise this year. I'm not saying they're going to be fantastic, but I'm thinking they're going to make a noise.
Okay.
I like the Redskins should make a little noise, not a lot. Make a little noise.
Well, they actually made a little noise last year for real. I think people forget it.
They did. I know that Cleveland. I got in my heart.
Did they win their conference?
Yeah, in the playoffs.
But at the same time, the NFC East was such trash.
You're right. You are right. We played them this year. We played them.
Right. The division winner was almost under 500.
Right. I think the Giants are going to step
for that.
I think the Giants step up. I think Cleveland, like I said, I'm with Cleveland. I think what they did last year was fantastic. I think they're making a move. I think they made all the right decisions this year. I think they made a lot of good decisions this year. I think they stepped up their defense. Their offense is already powerful. I think they're going to be the team. I think that's the team to fight this year. I think Cleveland is the team to fight this year. I think Arizona did a lot of great moves. Yeah. Arizona is going to be a team to have to fight with this year. So I'm going to say it 100%. It's the year of the underdogs. I think the Raiders did good as far as these defensive backs. Brittany, you got me thinking about it. I looked at it. I thought at first it was stupid to drafting all these defensive backs. I thought it was so dumb for getting all these defensive backs. But now that I'm looking at these defensive backs and I'm watching how they playing, it was a smart move on John Gruden's part. He did good. If he can call a better offense, the Raiders can make a little noise. But I'm still not picking us to go far. I do pick us to make the playoffs, but I don't think we're going to go far in the playoffs.
He got to hear from a young lady's mouth before he believe it, because I was saying that since the draft.
Yeah, you did, but you also, we were still talking that we needed to help some stuff out. But I think with Ngakoue and I think Cleveland Farrell playing a little better, I think we might be a little better. But I thought, damn, defensive backs. That's kind of dumb.
That's so funny because I'm just remembering how mad you were.
Right.
But me and Brittany got into it. Right. Brittany always come hard at me.
We didn't.
Every time she come hard at me, I had to think about what she said. So I had to think about what she was saying because she was coming hard. And I had to think about it like, maybe she right. Because she always say, Pops, you wrong. Pops this.
No.
Pops, she always, she always come hard at me. So she made me think. She made me think, and I had to think about that. Like, because Gillespie, he had no interceptions in college at all. None. So to me, that was a dumb choice. But then after I watched him play, he's more of a hitter. He's more of an intimidator.
Kind of like how you say about Austin Arnett.
So my thing is, I like that because he's an intimidator, a hitter. He don't need to intercept the ball. He gonna make you scared to catch the ball. Right, that's all. Right. So I had to think. I thought about, okay, well that makes sense. Arnett is getting to sit the bench because you done brought in Hayward Jr.
Is he?
Yeah. So I thought, damn, that's nice.
We'll see.
So
we'll see.
I'm just saying from that perspective, if you improve your back end, you give your more time to rushers to get to the quarterback. Okay, I got it. Because you know what? Cleveland is loaded with defensive backs.
And y'all do play each other, Mike. Y'all play each other in Buffalo.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Dun, dun, dun.
I was just looking through it.
Yeah, it said to be determined. New Era Field, Orchard Park, New York.
A week.
He wasn't really he was more of a hitter.
Second to last game of the season.
Rude.
That's what it's saying right here.
I wonder if I've got, for whatever reason, the wrong.
I got 2022 Cleveland Browns schedule. Y'all start out with Baltimore.
See, I have the Falcons. I have the Falcons listed as the second to last week.
Really?
For the Bills.
Really?
Well, let me double check. Maybe it's on the wrong.
Now I gotta check.
Yeah, let me pull up a different website.
No.
Okay, no, you're right. I think whatever reason the one I'm on was pulling up this year's instead of next year's.
Yeah, y'all play each other.
Yep, you're right. We play the Browns and the Bengals.
No,
makes sense.
We play the Bengals in Cincinnati. That might be a game I have to go to.
Well, we might have to look at that. We might have to look at that Browns Bengals. I might have to get a Browns jersey just so I can rock with Britt and spill beer in your face, Mike.
Hey, another piece of information.
Yeah.
Anything in Ohio, If you know your aunt, she drives the bus, and they give her the buses. All we got to do is pay for the gas. She can drive us anywhere in Ohio, and we can keep the bus at night. So technically,
okay.
Technically,
like a what's it? Not a party bus, but a
like the buses for school.
We have
charter
the
charter
bus.
Buses, yes. So technically, if we want to go to a game, all we gotta do is kick a little money in our pocket, and we can all have a ride, and we can drink all the way down, have fun, laugh, joke, park the bus.
I'm for that.
Now, Pops, I thought you said you were done drinking.
He ain't say that. He said he getting in shape. That just means that cuts back a little bit.
I got you. Okay.
Hey,
I know I got blamed for it, but
hey, if I keep going the way I'm going, I'll be like Britt. I gotta get
stupid. That motherfucker stupid.
I was kidding.
Twinsies.
Listen,
I was only kidding.
I need to get right myself. You ain't by yourself, but
Me too.
I'm be giving milk.
You shut the.
I'm not giving milk no more. Them days over. My child 3. Milk gone bad.
I'm trying to drop my milk's gone bad.
Milk's gone bad.
Y'all dumb. Okay, what about Aaron Rodgers not attending OTAs? He on vacation.
Get him out of there. Goodness. Get him out of there.
So when Mike Brown and I thought this show was starting at 6:30 and he and I were on and we were doing our own show.
I'm sorry, I forgot to text you. You didn't,
because ain't nobody tell nobody nothing.
That was my fault. That was me. I dropped the ball.
We actually said the same thing about Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson both. Like, both of them gonna end up playing where they're at. Both of them are like, Aaron's gonna play for Green Bay. Russell's going to play for Seattle, and ain't shit going to change. They're going to go through one more year, and then there will be a massive, like, exodus and change. All this, like, talk about quarterback change this year ain't happening. It's not happening. They will sign on for one more year.
Yeah, I was about to say,
whatever.
I think Russell will end up playing in Seattle, but I think what'd you say, Pops?
That wasn't me. That was Chris.
Yeah, that was me. Why do you think all the QB talk is over?
Well, I'm not saying it's over. I'm just saying it was bullshit. I don't think anybody's actually leaving.
Right.
I think there's been a lot of talk.
What if they hold out?
Aaron wants out.
They will hold out, and then they will come to a deal right before the preseason or during the preseason.
You think? Or what if they don't? What if they say I'm not playing at all? Like, you can keep me, but I'm not playing. They might get rid of them.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that because none of them can
Aaron
afford
Rodgers
to sit
doesn't want to deal, Mike.
Aaron Rodgers can't afford to sit a season? What?
He will not play again.
He didn't even spend none of his money back.
People will still want him next year. I promise you. They'd be like, he's fresher. He got a rest. Aaron Rodgers is going to be great. Come on.
I think they would too.
That's why I said I'll take Aaron Rodgers.
Well, and that's the thing. But I honestly don't think anything's going to end up coming of all of this. I think it is all a money play about getting the contract they want.
That motherfucker. What you about to say, Britt?
Go ahead, Britt.
No, I was going to say, I think that, I think Russell kind of threw it out there like he wants to go. I think he's still willing to play in Seattle. I think that he will end up playing in Seattle. I think that Aaron is serious. And y'all, I think.
Hey, Russell.
I agree.
So is Aaron on the Brett Favre trade and he's going to go to Minnesota next?
Hey, but no, Russell said 2 weeks ago.
Denver, right? Denver is what everybody's saying for Aaron.
Russell said 2 weeks ago. Russell said 2 weeks ago that he was happy with the moves they made in Seattle. He was happy with the draft. He's happy with the team.
It's all a ploy to get what they want. It's all a ploy to control the narrative.
He's happy now.
Starting. Because I really think Aaron will sit out. Like, I think he will sit out.
Okay.
I think
Aaron. I think he will too.
I'm fine to be proven wrong. I honestly don't give two shits about
that
Aaron
motherfucker
Rodgers
somewhere
plays,
in the Poconos on a yacht with some titties right now. He's not worried about throwing passes.
I think
he's worried about discount double check, and that's about it.
Right. That's what he's doing. Discount double checking naked from the waist down as we speak.
Only the
double
belt.
check these nuts.
Right. Only the belt.
Yeah,
Only
only got
the
What y'all think about this, ladies?
Right.
He got too much money out there risking all
No,
that.
but one thing that ESPN brought up, hate to say their name, but they were talking about that Aaron is the same age that Brett Favre was when they brought in Aaron Rodgers. Like, so really, they're right on schedule. Like, we're looking at it from a different perspective, but they're like, shit, when you get to this age, we bringing in somebody else.
Right.
Which makes
And
sense. Makes sense.
Then why wouldn't they be willing to let him go?
But
Because
didn't,
this is the
didn't
same.
Brett,
they didn't
Brett play another
start
2
Aaron
years
Rodgers when
before
they
Aaron?
brought
Aaron Rodgers still got some time left in him, yo. He's
Hell
a QB.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Didn't Brett play another year or two in Green Bay before
he
Aaron
did.
took over at that
No,
point?
this.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But I was just saying this is the same
I got
year
Quick
that
question.
Brett left. You know what I mean? Like they're at the same year, the same time frame. So for Green
Yeah.
Bay to still want Aaron,
Okay, so you're saying so. Pause.
okay.
So is Aaron
I
the
heard you,
same
Chris.
age as when Aaron came in under Brett? So is Aaron the same age as Brett when Aaron came in, or is he the same age as when Brett left?
When he's the same age as when
didn't they-
Brett came in. I'm sorry. He's the same age Brett was when Aaron came in.
Okay, so but they
When he-
overlapped for like a couple of years, didn't they? At least one,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah,
Who?
Favre
Oh, yeah.
started.
Favre.
Yeah, that's true.
Or Favre and Rodgers, sorry.
Right. That's true. But I think that he's taking it I think he's gonna take it a little further than Brett Favre. I think that
Aaron's
he's
healthier at this point than Brett
Okay, that was
Favre
the
I
question
agree
I
with that.
was going to ask then. Did how long has Brett Favre? Are they like how long has Brett Favre been in the league?
Well,
how long was
Are they-
it really?
right.
The same thing? Like have they been in the years like the same like?
When Brett
So
Favre,
Rodgers is 37 at most compared to most NFL quarterbacks other than Brady. He maybe has another 2 to 3 years.
right.
Okay, but here you go. At the same time, Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. You're talking Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Right,
When
right.
you had Brett Favre, you had Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers they loved Aaron Rodgers. They was on Aaron Rodgers. They thought about it. Now you're talking about Aaron Rodgers leaving, and you're leaving you with love. That means they have no confidence in love.
Right. That's a fact. That's factual.
He's a rookie, and you're talking about an extreme
He ain't no
talent.
rookie.
This is not somebody that you're going to be like. You don't come across Aaron Rodgers type talent. That's I don't want to say
That-
once in a lifetime, but that's a one.
But that's why they don't want to let
It's
go.
generational talent. It is.
How
it's-
many teams can say that they went from a Brett Favre to an Aaron Rodgers?
And Aaron Rodgers,
49ers.
Dallas Cowboys,
Which is still rare.
49ers
rare.
went from Joe Montana to Steve Young.
and
Right.
then
And
Dallas
when
Cowboys
you're
went from
saying
Romo
Cowboys
from Dak Prescott.
You said, who'd you say,
I
Pop?
thought you were gonna say Aikman to.
I said the Romo. They went from Romo to Dak Prescott. So
Man, Romo.
That I don't think that's the same.
I'm pretty sure Romo.
but I take Dak Prescott over Romo.
I felt like the reason why we haven't really had too much of quarterback shine or like you said this and that is because how many times do we give our quarterbacks like this shine? Like, do they look for quarterbacks in like? Do the NFL look at quarterbacks like that? Do they value it like? No, they're just like this is a once in a lifetime quarterback. But there might be quarterbacks out there that got mad talent. So
that's the exact situation of the Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. They were pegging Jordan Love.
Oh, okay. I missed all that. I wasn't.
And,
Yeah,
and I'm also going to challenge Pops on Romo being an elite quarterback.
You better stop it.
But he was the
said,
NFC
"You better
once.
stop it."
Did Romo ever win the NFC?
I'm with Michael.
Romo
on this.
couldn't get you over the hump.
Tony Romo was sweet.
Romo is the Russell
He was
Westbrook
good.
of the NFL.
He wasn't great.
Tony Romo
Romo
won
was-
one
Romo
NFC
was-
title in
he
his
said
10 to 12 years.
Nah, he said
Okay,
that was good.
Hang on, what you said?
I said Romo to
Mike, go ahead, finish.
Westbrook.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Go tell me what you're talking about, Romo.
No, all I'm saying is Romo won one NFC title.
He
That's
wasn't
it.
the great.
You're right.
But
But what I'm saying, all I was trying to say is,
Both won Super Bowls.
right, but what I'm trying to say is this. All I was trying to say, what I'm trying to state, my fact is this. When you have a quarterback that is sensational, like Brett Favre, like you had Brett Favre, then you had Aaron Rodgers coming in behind him.
I agree with you on Favre and Rodgers. I'm just saying, don't you dare put
No. What I'm saying is,
in that same
what I'm saying is, situation right now. What I'm saying is, it's easy for you to let go of Favre when you have a Rodgers.
I agree.
Now the situation we're in now is we're talking about letting go of Aaron Rodgers for Love.
Right.
No, I agree.
But I disagree. I disagree because they didn't know they had Aaron Rodgers when they had Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was not a high draft pick. This is all in this week's episode of ESPN. He wasn't a high draft pick. They didn't
They don't
know.
really look at quarterbacks like they stop sleeping on y'all's quarterbacks because you never know you got a good ass quarterback till you gave him that chance and like, okay, time to step up to the plate. Let's go. There's so many quarterbacks that could be slept on.
That's what she was saying.
I mean, technically, Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
You know, I'm agreeing with you even more because I'm thinking of like, okay, the best quarterbacks weren't number one draft picks.
Thank you.
Britt would like to call out like Flacco and Lamar as the top quarterbacks.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you.
No, I never. Never.
Hey, Brett Favre knew that Aaron Rodgers was good. That's why he said, I ain't trading that motherfucker.
True.
Brett Favre said,
He didn't want to talk to Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, Brett Favre said, I ain't trading him. I don't want no parts of him. And guess what? Aaron Rodgers became something special. Aaron Rodgers ain't scared of Love.
Now they best friends.
No, they not. No, they not. They don't mess with Brett Favre.
Oh, no, they be talking. They be talking. That's the whole reason they did the interview with Brett Favre, and they was asking him what he thought about Aaron Rodgers coming back. And he was like, "Yeah, from our conversations over text and all that, I think he's serious. I don't think I think he's done with Green Bay." So that means that y'all clearly had a relationship. It mended over the years to where you felt comfortable enough that the guy that wouldn't train you, I can now text and talk about our experience with the team.
So it's funny that you bring up that specific situation. So Daniel Jones from the Giants, he actually gave a talk, and I don't think I talked about this the last time I was on. He actually gave a talk to our senior leadership team at the company that I work for. And he came in and talked about like Duke, what it's like. What's up? Yeah. And our CEO, his daughters also went to Duke. So there's a connection there, if you know what I mean, in terms of how he got to know Daniel Jones. But
oh, okay.
His daughters played lacrosse while Daniel Jones was there playing quarterback.
Right.
Athletes hang out when you're at a D1 school, just saying.
Right.
Anyways, he came in and he talked a lot about like what it's like being a leader as a young person in an older locker room, that kind of stuff. Like, how do you step up and be a young person who's leading people that have 10, 15 years more experience than you, et cetera, which was good topic for me in that kind of conversation. But what he really talked about was like him and Eli didn't get along necessarily. Mm-hmm. It was
Eli.
kind of situation where Eli was like, he had to really separate himself from Eli because Eli wasn't about like trying to bring him on. And so when we were talking about that with regards to Favre and Rodgers, I was just like, oh, that's just kind of the old dog quarterbacks don't want to train up the next generation.
I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad at that because it's money involved. I agree. It's different. Like we are all on the same team, right? We're on the same team, but that means that I'm losing money if I do this. So I got to take the best monetary.
But the flip side is that if you're training up the next generation, it's real easy to find yourself in a front office job too.
And
no, that's not the same kind of money as a player, but
in some situations.
Hey, but you know what? Let me ask you a question.
That's not guaranteed. It ain't enough front office jobs for every quarterback to be training and giving a job away.
Fair. But there's always jobs, and there's always recruiting jobs, and you know what I mean? Like,
my question is this: what are we saying about Love?
Jordan
That ain't a question. We're not even talking about him. Basically, Aaron Rodgers is saying, "Hey, I'm leaving. Forget y'all." And the front office is still fighting to hold on to him. So basically, you're telling Love, you ain't shit.
We haven't even gotten a chance to see him get any reps. He's just now getting reps in the OTAs since Rodgers
don't even want him
in there.
Because if you were good, you wouldn't even care about Aaron Rodgers. You'd be like, man, go ahead.
How do we know? How do we know he's not Willie Beeman? How do we know he's not Willie Beeman though? Like he hasn't got.
I know because we're not talking about him.
It sounds like this is the first time the Packers have seen him throw the ball. Is what I'm getting at.
And he's been there for about 3-4 years.
They haven't even let him throw the ball. He throws the ball to the kicker, to the placeholder in practice kicks.
You know what's fucked up?
He's the long snapper.
You know what's fucked up is that if you look up Green Bay quarterbacks, Jordan Love's name shows up, but there's no picture of Jordan Love.
That's fine.
An old Madden player with no
right.
rookie guy.
That's like the Bills in 2000. I think it was 2008 because I think it was my last year in college. They drafted this defensive lineman from Oregon, and ESPN didn't have any film on him.
Oh, wow.
That's my man. It's horrible.
Right? It's terrible. It's terrible what they did.
Okay, let's.
That's probably like their last. That's probably Green Bay's little way of trying to like keep Aaron on. Like, we didn't even put his picture up, man. Just come back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
pretty stupid.
And that's why Aaron's gonna play another year at Green Bay.
Stupid. That's funny. That probably you never know. You never know. But let's move on and then we'll get to the fight situation. But the Vikings acquire Bashard Breeland from Kansas City. Is that a good pickup for them? I mean, I think it's a. Let me start with my answer. What was you about to say, Pops?
It's back to the Adrian Peterson and stuff again.
Well, no, I think he's a lot younger than Peterson. Peterson's 36.
He's younger, but I mean, it's not like
it's the same situation.
Same situation.
I mean, but I feel like he is a what's the word I'm looking for? He's not an elite cornerback by any means, but he is a he's like a momentum shifter. You know what I mean? He's always a play away from making something happen. I appreciate his game. He's there when he needs to be. If he can stay out of trouble, that is.
Yeah.
I will say that. If he can stay out of trouble, I think that could be a pick for Minnesota that makes their defense look a little better. I will say that.
It could be. It could be.
Now, the question is, what are you going to do offensively? You know what I mean? Because you're another one of those that are kind of getting to a certain spot where it's like, make a move. What's your move? Make a move.
Plateauing?
Like, it could be. I mean, that's what it seems like.
I didn't hear it. What happened? I didn't hear Britt.
Plateauing.
Yeah, are they plateauing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's like like a race car driver where it's like you're getting in position to make a move, but you won't hit the gas, like make it, like do something, like you're just riding along the pack right now, but you're not take the lane, do something. And I think they need offensive pieces in order to do that. Right. And
they're like the old Bengals that just did enough.
Right.
Just to stay in, keep your name out there.
That's
but not enough to, you can't take your name to another level, but I want you to know I'm in there.
Right.
You know?
That's a great comparison.
We want to be one of those teams that you're scared to play, but you ain't worried about it.
Right. You won't see him late in the season, but right now we got to deal with him.
Right now. Like, man, we play them, they can knock us out, but yet they're not going to be there.
You know, I completely agree.
I got it.
But I mean, I think it's a good pick for their defense only. I still don't think offensively they're anywhere where they need to be for that pick to be anything to tip us over the right.
Yeah, I got you.
But I mean, I did think it was interesting. Yeah, I don't know all their defensive backs, but I know what they didn't have an awful defense. It just I don't even know where they were ranked defensively. But we'll see. I'm glad to see him there. Well, not necessarily. I know he might not be as glad to see himself there as I'm glad to see what he does there. Let's put it that way. And we'll move on because tonight is the night before the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, let me. I'm happy you brought that up.
Yeah,
Because I know you be knowing the odds and stuff. What's the odds on the Paul Woodley fight?
Oh, that you know that they're not even gonna bring them out yet because since it's just been announced, they usually bring the odds out closer to the fight so they can compare shape, like conditioning, how much somebody worked towards. So right now they'll probably throw a number out there, but that's not going to be what the betting line is by no means.
Okay,
but that's an interesting question. What you say, Chris?
I'd say you, Clippy.
What's up?
I'm interested to see this fight because I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's just for money. I think this is. He's trying to prove himself.
Which one though? Are you talking about Logan Paul or Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley?
Listen. I feel like Floyd Mayweather going to win the fight.
Right.
But it's going to be an interesting fight because Logan Paul, I've been seeing him too. He's been training. He's trying to take his head off. He's been waiting. He's like, everybody keeps saying, like, you know how when everybody was kids and everybody, I wish I could step in the ring with Floyd and see what I can do. Logan Paul trying to do the same thing, and now he's trying to prove something. That's why I feel like it's going to be interesting.
Right, I hear what you're saying, and Britt feels that way. Tell me, Britt.
No, I think he is going to knock him out. I think this is going to be a knockout for Mayweather that we haven't seen him knock anybody out in a while. I think he's going to knock him out. Let me tell you what. Okay, let me give you the whole rundown. I'm going to make it real quick.
Yeah, no,
Mayweather is going to knock little Logan out. What Paul? Their last name's Logan, right?
Yeah, Logan Paul. Last name. Yeah, Paul.
He's going. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. He's going to knock out the first Paul,
right?
And then Jake Paul that's his name, right? Jake Paul.
Yep,
right? The other guy, brother.
Right.
The brother is gonna beat Woodley, and then they're gonna fight in November, right? They're gonna fight. That's gonna be the match of the year. They're gonna fight in November. So Mayweather is gonna knock out
because there would be no point of Floyd Mayweather to knock one brother out, even if that brother wins, it's like, yo, why am I going to keep fighting scrubs? What? After that, it's just for money.
What? That's what that is.
It's always for money.
Right.
It's for money now.
It's for money, but why fight?
The big money comes.
It's going to be another, and it's just another thing. Yeah, exactly, another bust. Okay, and I'm not necessarily saying that this is going to be a bust. I'm just saying that he's not going to match up. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be interesting.
Unless Woodley is,
and I guarantee that Floyd Mayweather is not just going to go in there and knock him out. He's going to put on a little show, and then end it.
So
I didn't pick a round, but he will knock him out. I don't know what round is going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris,
so
cool.
Floyd.
I'm agreeing.
No, let motherfuckers speak. Cool it.
I mean, she just said she was going to knock him out. I said I agree. She could have kept talking.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But
but I'm talking shit to Chris. But Floyd, all right. So the way this goes down, and it depends on whether or not Woodley's in on it. So the way this goes down is, I agree, Floyd scores the knockout. The only way Woodley loses is if he's in on it and he gets a payout from the next fight between Floyd and the other Paul brother.
Do you think that?
Consider him in. He's going down. I'm telling you, it's all part of the storyline.
Listen,
everything has a storyline now.
As long as Woodley is in on it. If Woodley is not part of the deal,
Listen.
then this shit doesn't go the way anybody wants.
Listen,
This is boxing
listen.
reality TV.
Listen, let me, and this is
Yes, it's box reality. I think it's box reality.
Listen, this is another thing that I want to point out, and I'm glad y'all brought up Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley, right? I'll make my Floyd Mayweather predictions.
I mean, that fight's tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
Sunday.
Right.
So we watching that here? What are we doing?
I mean, we can.
Put it on the live.
That what we doing? I'll be there.
I mean, we won't do the whole outside setup. We'll just do it in the house.
Either way, I mean, whatever. Yeah, it don't matter either way. But yeah, no, I do think Chris is absolutely correct. Floyd Mayweather's not just gonna go in there immediately to. All right, bro.
Oh, he's gonna toy with him.
He's not. Yeah, he is.
Or he's gonna play the part. It's not even toy with. He's going to play the part.
He already said it in the interview. He said if I were to knock him out in the first round, people wouldn't want to buy the fight. They'd be upset.
It's not that they wouldn't want to buy the fight. They wouldn't want to buy the
next fight. Exactly. He said I gotta put on a show. Now that right there though is exactly why I think Chris is right, because the more you allow him to be in the fight, the more he gains confidence thinking he's doing something more than he is. And you never know what that could create. You never know the monster you could be creating by doing that. It only takes one shot, especially when you're separated by 3 to 4 weight classes. If he hits you one time in the body or grazes you one time on the chin, that's a problem. Right. I'm not saying it's going to be easy to do against a Floyd Mayweather, but if Floyd Mayweather's not going to go for the kill and plays you like Conor caught you a few times you didn't expect to get caught.
Well, I almost wonder if it
played with him.
I almost wonder if it's Floyd tags him a couple of times early to help him realize who he's in the ring with.
Right.
And then he backs off and he draws it out a couple of rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
a couple rounds then a knockout.
Y'all ready for it?
Give it to me.
Y'all ready for it? This is America's house fights.
America's house.
This is the live, like Brittany said. This is the live controversy bullcrap. But I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna play out. Floyd Mayweather is gonna come in. He gonna act like he fighting a good fight. And Logan gonna do his thing. What's gonna happen is he's gonna make Logan look good enough, but not enough to beat him. Brittany, wait a minute before you say no. Listen, he gonna look good, and what's gonna happen is he's putting Logan on the map.
But why
he's not gonna beat Floyd. He's not gonna beat Floyd, but he's gonna do enough to put Logan on the map for Logan's next fight where people want to watch it. He's going to lose. Hold up. Logan is going to lose. Floyd's going to win. And it's going to make people think that Chris Paul has a chance with Floyd. Okay? Floyd.
Paul.
Right,
I got you.
Yeah, Paul. But the point is, okay, what's going to happen is they're going to fight. He's going to beat his the man. Floyd's going to beat
I see
Logan.
Exactly what you're saying.
Floyd's gonna beat Logan, and what's gonna happen is Floyd's gonna do the you just said his name. What's the rest? The little
Jake Paul,
Conor McGregor.
No, Conor McGregor. He's gonna do the Conor McGregor fight where Floyd's gonna embarrass Jake the same way.
Here's the difference.
He's gonna do the thing. But what's gonna happen is now Logan's name is on the map because he gave Floyd a good fight. Now Logan can make more money and Jake make his money. So now Floyd gonna back out, and then them two gonna be able to go superstars on top of superstars.
But no, I don't think that's. I somewhat agree. But I don't think that's the case because I don't see Floyd believing either of them have a future in boxing.
No, but it's Floyd gonna do it for the money.
But Floyd also doesn't care about the sport.
Now, right.
No.
Now, what I will say is where I think you're correct is I do think he will string Logan along a bit to try to rock Jake Paul into thinking he has a chance.
Yeah.
But I don't think that
I don't think
he'll spare him. I think that in the last round, whether it be an 8 or a 10, because it's an exhibition, it's not gonna go 12. I think he will fuck him up if he makes it that far. The only difference between Conor McGregor is that he doesn't get knocked out in the UFC.
I thought it was a 4-round fight.
So, 4?
No,
Is
I
it
think it's
only
more than
4?
4.
You know, I think
I think
it's
it's more
8.
than 4.
I think it's at least 8.
Yeah, I think it's like 8. I think it's like 8. 3 minutes. I think it's like 2 or 3 minutes.
3-minute
8.
rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, then he'll get knocked out then.
Yeah, he's
Knocked
gonna
out
get
in
knocked
6 or
out,
7.
But I think 7. I think
Yeah, they're gonna go a
Floyd's
long way
going-
to make to build the fight up. To build the
Right.
fight up.
Right.
I think, yeah, I think his career, I don't think that Floyd cares. I don't think he's trying to give him any hype at all. I honestly think that the end goal is his brother. I think this is
Right.
just a build up for his brother.
Well,
And
that's where I go is Woodley in on
Floyd's brother.
this shit.
Right, because he has to get past Woodley to get
And
to
I don't.
Floyd.
And honestly, I think in a straight up fight, although
It
it
was
is boxing,
round.
it's fair,
It's,
but
that's the thing. It's boxing now. In a
But I
real
still
fight,
I still
Woodley all
think
day.
Woodley takes him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not UFC
But let's
now.
be
That's pretty.
honest. Let's be honest now, and I'm sorry, Britt, I didn't mean to cut you off. Woodley's in his 40s. Woodley got
Yeah.
knocked out the
That's-
past 4 fights in the
But
UFC.
he's still a professional fighter with still a title. winner.
Right,
Like,
but of the UFC, and once again,
Yeah.
remember, mark
It's
my
different.
words, Pops, because I remember I told you the same thing with Ben Askren, and that's how he got knocked out. I said
That's
UFC
game
fighters,
box.
right, but I said UFC fighters naturally do not move their head off of the line. They adjust high level.
especially
Right.
when they're forced into boxing because they're used to being able to adjust and shoot.
Right,
or-
they're exactly. They got to go
something
down
else.
low to go for the shoot, so they adjust up and down instead of side to
Side to
side.
side.
So my thing is
Fair.
another thing. UFC fighters do not throw combo punches. It's usually a 1-2, and the 2 is the power shot they're hoping to put you out with. But they're not throwing 4s and 5s in the pocket.
Well, and if they are, it's usually a kick. You're mixing a kick somewhere in there.
Right. So
Or a
what
shoot.
I'm getting at is it's the fight. I'm gonna say the same thing I said about Ben Askren's fight. The fight is on my birthday, August 28th. You do not have enough time to download that boxing knowledge to be able to adjust to someone that's been doing this now for over a year.
Right,
And I'm
right,
not
right.
saying he's great. I'm not saying the boy's great. I'm just saying when it comes to boxing, you're still a level below him, even though you're a 4-time UFC champion. Because
That's why he's gonna
you're
lose.
in the ring now.
I hear you.
It's
Yeah.
not the cage, it's the ring. I
I
think
still-
what's going to happen is he's going to go. We all know Tyron Woodley has power. Everybody knows that. He's going to rush in like Nate Robinson with a little more technical, but going for that knockout, and he's going to put his chin out there.
But you know what? I think he's picking these UFC fighters that are known for like grappling and going down.
Not Tyron
He's
Woodley,
not-
though. Tyron
I don't
Woodley
think
had
he
an
really-
amateur boxing background.
He's got enough of
Oh,
a
well,
boxing
then I
background.
They
Yeah,
called
it was
it-
only like I think 30 fights or something like that, but he still had an amateur boxing
A lot.
background.
But I can't-
Listen,
Oh,
but
my-
it's still a part of the whole boxing reality TV. We're being set up. Who was
Right.
one of the main people in Jake Paul's locker room when he was getting ready to fight Ben Askren?
That was Ben
talking
Askren's
shit.
trainer. Yeah, because he was his sparring partner and trainer.
No,
Tyron
but
Woodley.
who was one of the main people back there talking shit to him? Woodley.
Well,
It's-
Woodley
it's
and
hella
J-Rock. Woodley and J-Rock got into it. J-Rock was Floyd Mayweather's first fighter before he got Gervonta Davis, and he took an L. He got knocked out, and Floyd Mayweather dropped him. They got into it, but of course, Jake Paul's going to give his 2 cents in as well. So Tyron Woodley's looking at it like, I'm retired from the UFC. I'm not going to make no money fighting this J-Rock dude. Let me fight the dude that was next to the dude talking shit.
But my thing is, my point is, why are you even back there? You know what I'm saying? If it don't go with the
For
storyline.
the hands, because that was the hand wraps. They were wrapping hands so that everybody involved, they come back and watch. Well, they allow you to come back and watch. Everybody doesn't always do it, but he came in the locker room to watch him wrap his hands and shit.
The clip that I seen, he wasn't wrapping his hands. He was done. It was just like him back there chilling.
Okay, well But that's probably what he was in their locker room for.
Oh, okay, that was the main point, is to
Right.
see. Okay, I got what
Because
you're
there
saying.
would be no other reason. Why are you in my locker room unless you're watching them to make sure no funny shit's happening?
But yeah, I still think it's just part of the storyline. I think Woodley's going down, and it's just going to add for that fight in November.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good one.
Going down if Woodley's in on it.
I agree with you.
Listen, once your chin's been checked, and that's another thing. Woodley never got knocked out before these past couple losses. I think he lost 5 in a row, if I'm not mistaken, and 4 of them were knockouts. Will KO, like, you know, where they ground and pound you or whatever. But either way, now everybody knows you're glass jawed. And you got checked 4 times. 4 times in the past 5 fights. That's a problem. Especially when you're switching sports with somebody that is still bigger than you. Tyron Woodley doesn't walk around at the same weight Jake Paul walks at. And the fact that you're older, and the fact you're changing sports, I feel like all that evens the fight out. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't have a shot. Tyron always has a shot because he is a decent striker. I just don't know if he's a decent boxing striker.
I can't wait to bet against him. I hope it's crazy odds in his favor. I'm betting on Jake Paul. That's why
you asked that, huh?
Yeah, I can't wait to bet against him. I need to decide how much money I was going to put up against.
But what I was going to say is this. What I did notice with the Jake Paul shit is that he was in the gym training with Evander Holyfield.
Evander got up out of his rocking chair for him?
Well, you know, Evander was out of his rocking chair thinking he was going to get the Mike Tyson fight, so he been in the gym training. But
he should have got, he was supposed to get that first one.
He was supposed to get that first one. I would have liked to see Evander and Mike much more than Roy and Mike.
Right.
The battle of the ear biter.
Bring it back.
Listen.
Run it back.
But what my question was, when I saw that happening, I asked myself, has Jake gotten enough respect from certain boxers? Well, listen, from certain boxers to the point that now they've adopted him over the MMA fighter, because you know it's always that boxing MMA rivalry. So now I feel like boxers can say, you can't even beat a fake boxer. How you gonna be able to fight me?
No.
You don't think that?
No. He's not fighting aggressive MMA fighters. I don't think he's fighting the big dogs. What's the MMA fighter?
Tyron Woodley would be.
Oh, let him talk. Remember, let him talk.
What you got?
Nah.
Chris mad at you.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What you got?
Yeah.
No. What was the black dude that won the belts and stuff that told Jake Paul that I don't even want to fight him because I would kill him?
Daniel Cormier.
Yeah, Cormier.
The one, but
Cormier said
didn't hop
in
the cage.
He said no. He said I don't even want to fight him because I don't even want to talk about it because I would kill him. He said the boy don't. He said he only fights people that don't know enough about boxing. Anybody who had a degree in boxing or thought of knowledge about boxing, it would kill him. And I agree.
Daniel Cormier.
He's not fighting he ain't fighting the dogs, the mean dogs, the real dogs, the roo. He fighting them ones that willing to lay down.
Them puppies.
Listen, he asked for that Daniel Cormier fight. When he approached him, he said, I can send you the contract. And he didn't sign it. He said on the interview on ESPN the next day, he said, no, I want him in the cage. I would want to twist his head off. Well, you're not going to get him in the cage because he's not a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
But if you are the fighter that you said that you are, that you would kill him, why not take that fight?
Right.
Because you're not. Because you are not, sir. You are the grappler that you thought you were, and you know that's why you want him in the cage, because he said, I'd twist his head off. That's what you would do, but you can't do that with gloves on, bro.
Right.
So kind of like the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight.
That's why I say that rivalry is real. That it's gone way back to when James Toney hopped in the ring and got his ass whooped by Randy Couture, and even before that, it's always been a big rivalry between MMA fighters and boxers. And I feel like that there's been enough boxers that have been looking at Jake Paul like there may be something there. Let's grab him and put him against the MMA fighters so when they try to challenge us, we can be like, nah, you ain't ready, G. You can't beat that fake-ass YouTuber. How you gonna take me?
Right.
Oh, no, you trying to say Jake Paul is trying to go to MMA?
No.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I was about to say, I don't think if you ain't really doing too well in the boxing, I don't think you should go.
What I'm saying is Jake Paul is the pit bull right now, where the boxer is the
Right.
owner. The boxer is the owner holding the leash, and they like, oh, Jake, you want him? Go after him. And if you beat him, I can then say he wasn't fit enough to take me. He couldn't take my dog.
Right.
Quick question. That's the younger brother, right?
Yeah, Jake is the young, and in my opinion, he's the better
He's
fighter.
the dog. He's the
Better
dog.
fighter.
He's
The
the
better
dog.
fight. He's the bigger fighter. He's the better fighter. He may not be in as good a shape as Logan. Logan is in better shape than Jake, but Jake has all of the other assets over Logan.
True. I agree.
But yeah, no, I couldn't give a prediction on that though, because Woodley has amateur fighting experience. I don't know what he'll look like in the training. You know what I mean? He might pick it back up like bicycle type shit. And it might be enough to take somebody who's kind of a fraud in the first place.
But you know what? Honestly, I think Jake Paul should stop calling these MMA fighters out and start
Get in
calling
there
out
with a
some of these-
boxer, right? Get in there with like a new pro, like a 4-fight pro.
Mhm.
Do that.
Yeah. An amateur fighter just ready to go pro. Get one of them guys. Stop pulling these little jokes. You know, stop pulling these guys who.
But you gotta think though. I will say this, and they said it on ESPN. At the same time, you think about a pro fighter's first 4 fights. They're usually cab drivers. They're usually people that have a full-time job and they're fighting because, you know, I got a license and I need a little extra cash.
Right.
Jake is, on the other hand, taking on a lot higher competition than a first 4 fighter of a pro
But they're
athlete.
not boxers. They're not boxers.
Now
though.
that's the difference, but does it equal at all? Because we're talking about a real fighter where that cab driver may not be a real boxer themselves.
Now, I can't say it's equal because if you're going to fight an MMA fighter who's usually going down on the ground, his skills might not be level on up
But
on
that
the toes.
cab driver's only used to taking lefts and rights and flicking turn signals. He's
All
only
right,
in the
so-
gym 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. You know what I mean? Like, so which one is tougher at that point? I'm kind of siding with Jake, even though they're not boxers, they're professional athletes on a much higher scale than that guy that's only in the gym 2 to 3 days a week and calls himself a professional fighter. But I hold a call center job.
You go ahead. I want to say the same thing about your girl.